My name is Howie Keck. I'm an artist. I'm here because am painting currently for Weed World Candies at 7th and 36th. It's a four-story building, and I'm painting all four floors. Well, the first painting I did is weed's place and cannabis's place in pop culture. Cannabis has been around ever since pop culture has been around, and so I made a mural that mixes a lot of different imagery with weed. I take a lot of famous, iconic pop culture imagery and put joints in their mouth, and I also do things to them that are indicative of my art form, which is like sometimes double eyeballs or patterns on the face. I do a lot of patterns. And I've used a lot of famous people that also are known for smoking weed, and various cartoons and imagery that I think is fun. Like I put a white horse in there that's covered in weed as a pattern, and it's fluorescent and metallic, and it's beautiful. Some of the celebrities I did were Snoop Dogg, Seth Rogen, Biggie, Obama, Rihanna, Cardi B. And I didn't mix too many celebrities in there because I didn't want to make it just a portrait of people that smoke weed, because that makes my art boring. So I took exciting imagery and mixed it in and mix all, its place with weed and pop culture. And the paint I use, the fluorescent paint I use it mainly because it is so beautiful and it glows. Many people don't use it. It's very hard to use. It's very transparent, and it's hard paint to use, and it's super expensive. But I love using it, and it's not all that I use, but I used to use it in the nightclubs. I came to New York like 20 years ago. I used to cover nightclubs in my airbrush work, black and white and full color fluorescent, and it caught on so fast because it does grab you. I use a lot of imagery that's very fun and playful. I mix a lot of fun stuff in there that, will entertain people. I always looked at my art form as kind of an entertainment art form. Well, there's a variety of candy and suckers and products there, and they do it right now, right up into their chemicals in it are right up to the legal level. They've done a lot of research there, but they would love to become the #1 dispensary. They're going to open many different places. Hopefully, I will paint every one of them. Well, I've been smoking weed for about 40 years. And I've always thought it should be legal. I always, and back in the day when they had seeds in all the weed, I was a proponent of throw your seeds out the window and just have weed growing everywhere. How could they stop it? But I've grown weed, and I think it's a beautiful plant, and I think it should be legalized 10 years ago already. And I used to go to Amsterdam, and I think it's a wonderful system they have over there. It's very civilized, of buying weed in a cafe and enjoying it there. And I think it's a way past time that they legalize weed all over the country. They're learning more and more about the benefits cannabis has in sickness and curing a lot of things and helping a lot of different, I don't know, how would you say that, maladies that people have. I used to get migraine headaches really bad when I was a kid. And it was so bad, I wanted to just end my life. It was hurting so bad. And the first time I thought, well, maybe if I smoked a joint. And these doctors would give me pills, nothing would work. I smoked a joint one time, and the pain went poof. And I never experienced that kind of pain again because of the marijuana. And then they totally went away after a while. And I don't know if we did that, but I'm glad it did. I'm glad it happened because I don't get them anymore. I hear that within 2 years, nationwide, it should be legal. Right now, they're considering in Washington to make it a national thing, to legalize it nationally, which they should, because all these other places that are legal are having trouble with, depositing money in banks, and, it would just make it a legitimate business then, which it's turning into anyway. Mainly I work commercially. I also do murals out of glass. I paint many different kind of murals, paint, airbrush, brush. And so right now I don't have a website, but I can be seen on Facebook and Instagram. My Instagram is probably the best place. It's Howie_Keck, Keck. And you can see a lot of my art there. And I'm going to start doing shows again coming up here, since I have more time to paint and to get into this sort of thing.